Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today we're going to be talking about the twin flame dark night of the soul. This is a period of time that most often occurs after twin flames meet in this physical world in this lifetime. However, this is not a linear process. It's not a concrete date that the dark night of the soul begins and then a date that it ends. This is more like a dynamic that plays out and reemerges from time to time throughout the entire twin flame healing journey. I want to share with you some signs and symptoms and experiences of this dark night of the soul. And although this can happen for all forms of awakening, even in cases that do not involve twin flames, twin flames do experience this dark night in their own way. And the reason I want to create this video is because if you're going through this dark night of the soul, I know that you need it, because during this period of time, we often buy into the illusion that we are alone. We often feel as if healing is impossible and as if we're in a tunnel with no light on the other side of it. The darkness just seems to stretch further and further during this lonesome and often confusing period of time. So I hope that by listening to my thoughts in this video, if you are going through a dark night of the soul as a twin flame, you may find a glimmer of hope or reassurance within this video that everything you are experiencing is happening for a reason, for your ultimate growth and expansion, for a deep healing of the connection you share with your twin flame. And I want you to be able to understand what you're going through so that you can know that there is something better on the other side of it. So what types of things are most commonly experienced during a twin flame dark night of the soul? The first thing I need to say about this dark night is the basis for these signs and symptoms that you will experience during this time is important for you to understand so that you can have a wider view, a big picture outlook of what's really going on as you experience these often painful and highly disruptive experiences within this dark night. The reason that it happens is because when two twin flames meet, there is a massive exchange of energy that takes place between them, which spurs on an awakening. An awakening that, although it is experienced by both twin flames, is often felt and processed first by the divine feminine. So if you're a divine feminine, you may be especially resonating with this video. The divine masculine goes through the same dark night of the soul, but sometimes experiences it delayed a little bit after the divine feminine. So this massive exchange of energy then begins trying to move through your energetic body, because, like I say on this channel, you are much deeper than your skin. You exist energetically on many invisible levels. There are many layers to your being. And one of these we call the energy body. So in this energy body, this influx of energy activated by your twin flame now begins trying to flow through you. Now, if you were a person, which no one like this, as far as I know, would exist, because it would really defeat the whole purpose of the twin flame awakening process to begin with. But if you were a person that had no energetic blockages, if you were not storing any kind of negative subconscious blocks within you that needed to be released, that needed to be healed, then this energy would simply flow through you, become absorbed within your energy body naturally, and would raise you into higher dimensions, into that fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional space naturally. But the reason that the process is never so simple and easy in real time is because myself and every twin flame I talk to has deep-seated blockages within this energetic body. Now, by blockages, I mean patterns of negative thought, either regarding their own worthiness, self-trust, self-love, their worthiness of unconditional love, patterns of negative relationship dynamics that they inherit from their parents that we sometimes could call even a generational curse that they are healing through. And whenever this new influx of energy from your twin flame comes up against one of these blocks or walls, you feel it in the form of a response. Sometimes this response is very visceral. It is a physical response. So some of these dark night of the soul signs will be physical in nature. Other times, this response comes seemingly out of nowhere and is deeply, intensely emotional. And I'll be sharing about those signs as well. So I just wanted to give you a basis for understanding this dark night of the soul and the signs associated with it. I want to pause here for a moment and take the time to share about a tool I have created to assist you during every phase of your twin flame connection. But I find that this tool is most especially helpful if you are currently undergoing a twin flame dark night of the soul. The tool I have created is a subliminal audio track. This meditation could be considered like a form of deep soul level sound healing, because everything is made up of frequency and sound and light, including your body. This is why your body will resonate with particular frequencies, why we so deeply connect even to the frequencies of sound within music. This subliminal is designed specifically for twin flames to assist you in clearing any energetic blockages from all 7 chakras. So if you'd like to learn more about this meditation track and how you can harness it to deeply clear and cleanse your own subconscious mind, the blockages within your own energy, check the description box of this video. Now let's dive right into the dark night of the soul signs for twin flames. Like I said, some of these signs will be physical and other signs will be emotional. But at the root of all these signs is the same cause, which I just explained earlier. I'll begin with a physical sign. One physical sign you may experience during this dark night of the soul is intense back pain. Although you can experience certain random, unexplainable pains in all parts of your body as a result of this energetic exchange and resulting awakening process that occurs between twins, I find that people seem to most frequently experience it in the form of increased back pain or tension. I've heard it said that this back pain occurs because the energy between twin flames begins at the base of the spine and then slowly moves upward. And as it moves upward, again, it comes across these energetic blocks or walls. And anytime that happens, you feel it in the form of back tension or back pain. Another physical sign of the dark night of the soul is exhaustion. Again, this is a very, very common sign. I've seen it in nearly every case. Because of, let me back up for a second. Intuitively, you would think that because you are receiving so much energy from your twin flame, you should naturally be more energetic. But this usually isn't the case at first, because before you can fully absorb this energy, you must process it. And this process of absorbing and processing these new energies, of incorporating them into your being, is exhausting at all levels, mentally, emotionally, physically. Another strange sign, though, that goes along with this is you may find yourself, as this process continues, also experiencing random bursts of energy. Again, this process isn't linear, so the healing process will seem to go up and down. It will feel as if on a day-to-day basis, you have times, you have moments of feeling so energetic, inspired, and full of life. And these are times when you are beginning to allow this new energy to flow through you. You are beginning to release these blocks to step into your purpose, your divine purpose that you share with your twin flame. But then it can be so frustrating because sometimes right as you feel as though you are really getting a handle on this fifth dimensional space, on stepping into your calling with your twin, on healing this connection, then a doubt or fear or anxiety or some ancient wound or block seems to just pop up out of nowhere and pull you back down to get down again. And I want you to know that this is perfectly normal and natural. Again, be gentle with yourself because this healing process isn't linear. It's not like every day is going to look better and better day to day. You're going to have good days and bad days, days you feel energetic and days you feel so exhausted you may not be able to get out of bed, and that is okay. Understand that you are stepping into the highest version of yourself, and it's not easy. It wasn't designed to be easy. It was designed to assist you in growing in ways you may have never imagined possible, and that process is often going to be painful or uncomfortable, and that is okay. An emotional sign of a dark night of the soul for twin flames is that you may feel sudden, intense emotions completely out of the blue. You may be having a very stable, happy, normal day, and then all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, you feel this sense of deep grief washing over you, or sadness, or loneliness, or fear. And these emotions will be so intense that at times you feel as if they are completely knocking you over, as if all you can do is sit and process them and sometimes emotionally release them through the form of tears, through feeling those intense feelings. This is your body saying, it is time to bring up, to uproot this very ancient wound and heal it. It is your soul's way of handing you things that need to be healed at a moment when you are prepared to feel through them, and by feeling through them, to heal through them. Another sign of a dark night of the soul for twin flames is that you will almost definitely go through a period of time we like to call the hermit period. During this time, you will find yourself increasingly wanting to spend time alone. You may feel as if suddenly you aren't connecting with people that you used to connect with. And I don't just mean that you won't be reaching out with them or spending time with them, but that even when you try to connect with them, it feels as if when you're talking to them, you're speaking over one another's heads. It's like suddenly you can no longer connect with these people through your words or your ideas. You may feel as if people you used to be able to talk with so naturally, you can no longer hold a conversation with. And this is because, in some sense, because of the ways your vibration is raising through this process, because of the ways your soul is evolving, you are, in some sense, now existing on a different energetic level from these people that is making it nearly impossible to connect with them in the same way. And as a result of this so-called hermit period, you will likely feel very alone, especially because during a dark night of the soul, we are often also going through a physical or emotional separation with our twin flame. So not only will you have met this incredible person, experienced this intense passion and love and connection with them, and then separated from them, which causes enough grief and loneliness. But on top of that, because of this awakening that occurs between twin flames, you will also feel as if you are no longer connecting to the people around you. So again, this will naturally cause you to feel very lonely. You will also find that during this twin flame dark night of the soul, you may find yourself suddenly changing interests, hobbies, and passions, or things that used to interest you will no longer interest you. This is because the meeting between twin flames is intended to spur you on to an awakening that beckons you forward into your true calling. And so often in our lives, when we are living unconsciously, before we experience this soul awakening, before we meet our twin flame, we are following a pattern that has been set out for us in life. We aren't truly in tune with our own true hobbies or interests or passions. We don't truly know our calling until we meet someone that we connect with so deeply that it quickens something within us. It inspires something within us that begins to pull us forward irresistibly, magnetically, into what we were destined to do in this lifetime. And this also means that as a final sign, you may find that things that fit into your life no longer fit, but you're not yet sure of how to let them go. And this can cause you to feel drained, fatigued, anxious, uncertain. Maybe when you met your twin flame, you were in a relationship with someone else, and until you met your twin flame, you were happy because you didn't know that another level of connection existed. Or maybe you were in a job that didn't fulfill you. And as you meet this twin flame, as you touch this new aspect, this deeper aspect of your soul, as you connect with your twin flame and see this new self emerging as you interact with them, you may find that a job or a person, a career, a life path no longer fits with you. And this can result in a feeling of inner turmoil and cognitive dissonance because it begins to feel almost irrational. Sometimes the things that were in our life before are very stable and secure from all appearances. It's that stable income from a particular job or that secure relationship with a person we've been with for years, but when our twin flame enters our life, they shake us to our very core, and as a result, all of those things that seem so stable, that seem so sure, suddenly become unbearable to us, even when we don't yet know what that next step is going to be. So I just want to leave you with this final note of encouragement. If you are experiencing this twin flame dark night of the soul, know that even though many of these signs and symptoms can be so confusing and anxiety-inducing while you are experiencing them, even if you can't see that light on the other side of this tunnel, I hope you find the courage to dig within yourself and to believe that the reason you are being beckoned forward, the reason you are being called forward, the reason you are feeling this urge to let so many things go and to move forward into the unknown is because in that unknown space, even if you can't make it out yet in the dark, there is something so bright, brilliant, and beautiful awaiting your arrival. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. Again, you can check out my 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal in the pinned comment of this video or in the description box. If I resonated with you, please consider subscribing to this channel. Join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings supporting one another here on YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.